Okay, good evening. My name is Tulisimani from Department of Business Administration PG. Today we are going to discuss about logistic regression, which is very important tool in predictive analysis. Today the industry is in great demand to know what will be the future of the industry. Industry, whether it has the growth phase or where there is decline in the situations. So, being the student of predictive analysis, it is important for the students to know about logistic regression. It has become, its meaning is very simple. Logistic is a statistical method. It is that is used with binary classification. Sometimes it uses multifacet also to predict the probability of outcome based on one or more predictors, variables, predictable variables. And they're actually the most predominant regression which has been used long ago is linear regression, which predicts continuous variables. And this logistic regression usually it centers between 0 and 1, and it is very much useful in various diagnostic situations. There yes or no question also is used, and for whether the disease is curable or not, that is yes or no. Likewise, certain key aspects of logistic regressions are, it is as we already discussed, it has binary calculation. Uses binary calculations. The estimation is based on probabilistic estimation, and its sigmoid function, which helps to convert the inputs into probabilistic feature, that is 0 and 1. This model is used to find out, this model is used exactly to find out log odds. Okay, log odds ratio is nothing but it converts the event of possible outcomes occurring in future, which will be the possible event occurring in the future, to predict that this logs ratio is being used. So it is a very good interpreting tool, and it once again it is highly recommended, and it is used in various diagnostic situation also. Some of the assumptions of logistic regression goes as such as, understanding the assumptions of logistic regression is very important to know better about the logistic regression. It has independent observations. Each point is considered as independent observations, as one is not dependent on another. Okay, they or independent, they predict situations independently, whatever might be the variable. And it, as we know already, it is binary in nature. This logistic function is binary in nature, and various functions, softmax functions, etc., are used to predict this binary activity. Linearity relationship between independent variables are also taken using log odds. Here, no outliners are used. Okay, normally for a large population, it is being used. Types of next comes the how to before discussing the types of logistic equation, we'll discuss about what you mean by the sigmoid function. Sigmoid function is a very important part of logistic regression, which is used to convert the raw output of the model into probability value, that is 0 and 1. This function is really it is helpful in mapping the range, that is 0 and 1, and forming S-shaped curve called sigmoid curve or logistic curve. In logistic regression, the threshold value is normally 0.5 to decide the class of label. If sigmoid output is same or above the threshold value, the input is called class 1, and if it is below the threshold value, the input is called class 0. This approach helps to transform continuous input into meaningful class. And next is actually what are the various types of logistic functions. There are binary, which predicts two classes. Multi-nominal logistics is also exist, which even what predicts more than two classes. The ordinal logistic regression for ordered categories like low, high, medium, etc. Here it is applied in various places where the consumer goes for buying a product. There, by using yes or no questions, predictions can be made, like whether to find out where disease, which disease the person has been affected. Credit analysis, even in case of credit analysis, also this tool is used. Okay, types of logistic, like once again it has been explained and the slide in a more detailed way by you yes or no. Binomial means by using the example like dependent in case of dependent variable yes or no question, pass or fail, 0 or 1. Likewise, multinomial for classifying the animals into categories like cat, dog, sheep. It extends binary to handle multiple classes. Ordinal, whether it is low, high, medium. Likewise, the values can be used to predict the logistic situation, the any situation. Advantages, there are too many advantages also. Like it easily it can be interpretable, so and it works separately for each and every data. The outputs probability, not just class labels. Okay, limitations. There are too much of linearity in logouts. Struggles with complex. Actually, normally an uneducated person, for uneducated person it is difficult for them to use this situation. In Python, we can use Scribbler. It is actually a type of a table form where by using those values in the table, skitclearns table log Python function can be used, and in case of logistic equations. Some examples are also been given for more understanding of logistic regression. The same old example, like how we are going to that by using yes or no question, the time spent in the uh, cart or the shop, for the how much time a visitor is spending in a shop, and the models, like any binary model, it can be used to predict the exact value of it can be the values can be plotted in the form of a graph. No graph. Normally the graph shows a S-shape curve. It is an S-shape curve. um, so we can explain the curve in such a way that how the curve represent the explanation is goes like this. Estimated life passing in an exam. Okay, how many hours of studying, after studying how many hours the students um, has cleared the papers. Okay, in this logistic thing, here more than one independent variable has been used to predict the binary situation. So this logistic function, the unit of measurement is log it. Okay, so this example is very much helpful, and it helps in predicting the futuristic performance of any activities. Okay, the binary variables are nothing but are widely used in statistics to predict probability of certain events, that is yes or no. Okay, actually since it has been used from about 1917, and categorical like age, sex. Okay, likewise whether men or women. Okay, likewise various categorical variable also used to in as a medium in binary binary classification. Sigmoid function is otherwise it is a logistic function. It's otherwise called as logistic function. It is helpful in converting the normal datas into odd ratios, such as 0 and 1. So this is also very important concept in logistic uh, regression. So how it works? Logistic models transform the linear regression function, that is continuous value, into a categorical output using sigmoid function, which maps the real value set variables into value between 0 and 1. This is function. Okay, normal value they will be converting into 0 and 1 using sigmoid function. That is linear regression will be converted, that is continuous value will be converted to categorical output using sigmoid function. So therefore these are some of the examples or value that is being represented using using graphs and symbols. Yeah, so the meaning of sigmoid function is also been given here, and the chart showing sigmoid function. So normally the chart will look like an S-shape curve. The terminology is mostly used in the logistic function are independent variable, dependent variable, logistic function, odds, log odds, coefficient, intercept, maximum likelihood estimation. Likewise, various keywords that are used to predict um, predict logistic equation. Okay, some of the L1 is used for solving regression problem. L0 is used for classification of problem. Likewise, various L1, L0, L1, L0. Likewise, various values are given to fit in the diagram. Okay, so fit in the diagram, and it is different. Normally, this is actually used to differentiate between linear and logistic function. Solving a regression problem used for classifying classification of problems is used for continuous variable, categorical variables. Linear equations used to best fit in line. It's a straight line, but logistic function is a S-shaped curve. Linear function is used for estimation of accuracy. This is used for estimation of accuracy. Likelihood estimation, least square estimation method is used. The maximum likelihood estimation is used. The output must be categorical value, but this is normally yes or no. The relationship between the dependent and independent variables it shows, but in case of logistic, it required only linear relationship. Likewise, there are certain the advantages and advantages or disadvantages of both linear regression and okay, how to evaluate regression model here by based on certain criteria like accuracy, precision, recall, how to recall, F1 scores, area under receiving receiver operating characteristics curve, ROC curve, area like recall. So certain terminologies used to evaluate this logistic. So I highly recommend. So to predict future, it is important for people to know which tool will be best to predict the future. Normally, in certain situations, logistic regression plays a very important role in predicting, predicting the future. So I take this opportunity to thank everyone for listening my video.